this journey as I share transparent stories of my life and others, the ups and the downs, failures and successes, offering you hope and advice that can help you in your journey. So join me on this journey walk where you will be encouraged, be motivated, and be inspired. This is The Journey with James. Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of The Journey with James podcast. This is season 4. Let me say it again. We are finally at season 4 of a new season of the podcast. I want to thank everybody for watching and listening over the last few years, mostly listening. I am going to be doing all video and also put it on the platform, Spotify, Apple, and all that kind of stuff. But it's going to be more video this time because over the years I haven't done many videos of the podcast. But from here on out in season 4, we're going to do just that. I'm not going to talk too much. I just want to say thank you guys for joining me on this new season. I hope you guys enjoy the new open on this journey. And I hope you also know today is my birthday. And so it's just a phenomenal time to start a new season here. Thank you guys who have been listening over the years. I appreciate you guys so much. And that's why I continue to do it. If it's even just one person that just says, keep going, I'm going to keep going. And so that's what I've been having. Keep going, keep going, keep going. So I'm going to keep going. So with all that said, I want to talk about boundaries. One of the biggest things I've learned in my 40 years of life is the importance of having boundaries. Now, I'm not saying that I always had those boundaries, but many of you know I have been in intense therapy over the last year. I've been in counseling the last few years, but I've been in a more intense therapy over the last year, almost a year. And it has really, if I can just think of a word, it has really hit me the hardest. That's the word I want to use. It has been very uncomfortable. Why do I say it was uncomfortable? Because it digs into areas of your life that you may have forgotten, or you try to forget and put it in your subliminal and just forget about it. Those things that you don't want to face. It digs it up every time. And so one of the things that I have realized, and I think I've shared this on the previous podcast, on the Young and the Beardless podcast with George and I, is the power of being manipulated. And over the years, I have come to the realization, and it's hard to say this, but I come to the realization that I've been manipulated most of my life. Not saying everybody manipulated me. No, I'm not saying that whatsoever. And I'm also not saying that everybody knew they were manipulating me. I don't know. But I will say that manipulation took place. And because manipulation took place, it was harder for me to set boundaries because I felt like I always had to please somebody else. I felt like I always had to live up to their standards. I always felt like I wasn't enough. And so I would always try to be enough and do more to be loved, to be respected, to be supported, to be looked at and say, wow, I'm proud of you. I did those things. I acted out in those things and tried to do those things to please people because of manipulation in my life. And so this is very transparent, me saying this and all. But I want to share this with you because at my age, you would think, oh, he should have it together, whatever. But I am telling you right now, I consider myself a strong person because I face my fears. I face what I got to face. But I want to let you know that it's never too late to get the help that you need. It's never too late to face your fears. It's never too late to face what needs to be faced so that you can be whole and you can be free. This has been the most freeing moments of my life, my entire life. Being able to completely say, yes, I have been manipulated. Yes, I have fostered that and carried that for so long over the years. And yes, that has went on with me and has affected my daily. It has affected my response to people. It has affected rejection that I hold that has been a problem with me. It has did all those things. But the key is I am brave enough to sit here and tell you guys this in my journey of life that it affected me. And I'm here to tell you in my general life that I am going to face it. And I'm here to tell you in my general life and that in your general life that you can face it as well, and that you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. Yes, I am a Christian and I believe in God, and that will never change. And so God is always with me in the midst of the things that I'm working on in my life. Self-care is important, but God is in the midst as well. Facing your fears is important, but God is in the midst and holding my hand and helping me through it as well. God should be the center of our lives, so much so that we know that we can't do it without him. And so for me to sit here and to be honest with you guys and to tell you guys that I dealt with manipulation and it affected me in a negative way is because of God's strength to be transparent with you guys. To let you know that I too have issues and I too have problems. But to sit here and connect the dots, like when I'm in therapy, things are being said and scenarios have been said and different things have been spoken. And then the revelation comes to me and I connect the dots and I come to the realization for myself. It wasn't told to me. I come to the realization to myself first. And then we start dealing with the root of the problem. But to sit there and realize after all these years that, yeah, I complain about people doing this and that, and I felt like maybe it was me, maybe I shouldn't have did this, or maybe I shouldn't have did that. Why are they mad at me because I didn't do this? Why are they mad at me because I said no? All those things went through my head. All the while, I did not know that it was a form of emotional manipulation. So I stand here on my birthday today telling you guys my truth. But I'm also sharing with you guys my future, and that I faced the fear of being manipulated, but now I know what to look out for. Now I know what I will tolerate and what I will not tolerate. Now I know what I want, and I'm going to look for those things. Now I know to take heed to what I said in a couple of episodes in season 3, where Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Now I can see it because I had it happen to me a couple of times where people showed me the first time, but I decided to ignore it. But now I know to really take what she said, truly take it because it's truly true. Now I know through experience and through mistakes and through agony, through pain, through crying. I cried about 3 times today. You might could see it. I don't know. Because I'm going through this healing process of facing my truth. And that one truth is that. But there are other things that I'm dealing with as well. But through those tears and through the crying, when I'm done, it is such a feeling of, just such a feeling of relief and joy within. There's someone out here, the sound of my voice, who is dealing with emotional manipulation. And the thing is, you may be like me, or like me when I once was, where I didn't even recognize it. I became so blindsided or so conditioned with the emotional manipulation that it became something that I didn't really recognize. But I'm telling you, one way to find out if someone is making you feel bad about a choice that you made that was for the betterment of you, and they say something like, well, I almost died tonight, or you don't care about me, and just things that make you feel bad, then you got to understand, you got to know that it's emotional manipulation. You got to start connecting the dots. You got to start being real. I know it could be your loved ones, people that you love dear to your heart, but emotional manipulation is not cute and it's not fair to you. No matter how much you love them, you should not tolerate that. So if you're dealing with emotional manipulation, it's time for you to nip that in the bud. It's time for you to face what is and to not allow it any longer, because you are something special. You are significant. You are enough. You don't have to please anybody. You are okay to set boundaries for your life. If they don't want to accept those boundaries, then they don't accept it, but they have to respect your boundaries, okay? They ain't got to like it, but they got to respect it. And you have to let them know that they will respect it to be a part of your life. No longer will you allow yourself to be emotionally manipulated in life. No longer would you be made to feel bad about a choice that you made for your life that's going to be for the betterment of you. But they want you to do something else because they want you to do it. And then they make you feel bad because you didn't do it. No longer will you do that. You will be your own person. And you will succeed because you're letting go of people who emotionally manipulate you. I'm going to get so much more transparent in these podcasts over the weeks and months and this whole season. I'm going to be truly honest, and I'm going to talk about my upcoming divorce. I'm going to talk about that a little bit, how it affected me, how I still have respect for my ex. Like, I think those things are important, but how it affected me as a person, how it affected me within, how it's changed me, how it's made me better. Actually, how I learned the power of forgiveness, mainly for myself, forgiving myself and walking in uncondemnation. I don't even know if that's a word, but not in condemnation, not walking in condemnation, but moving from condemnation, how I was able to get through. I know I didn't talk about it a lot, but I'm going to share more of that. This is the season to be more transparent. This is the season to show you the growth that I've had with these last year or so. I've always said growth takes courage. So I'm not just talking about me. Growth took courage to face these fears. Growth took courage to see that I was emotionally manipulated by some people most of my life. That's crazy. Most of my life. But growth took courage to face that so that I can heal and I can be whole, and then I can minister to you and let you know that you too can heal and be whole in it. Because if God did it for me, he can do it for you. And just understand, it's a process for me. It's not like it's changed overnight. So I am going through a process, but I am better for understanding emotional manipulation, knowing how to spot it, and knowing not to tolerate it and to be respected. Boundaries are okay. Just remember that. So my birthday, I just want to say I am thankful for life. 40 years on this earth. I can't believe that I'm actually 40. If I'm being honest with you guys, oh my gosh. I thought I was just 20 last week. My 20s flew by. 30s were a little slower. That's when I had the most trauma. I've had traumas in my childhood, but as an adult, my most ups and downs, marriage problems, things I've done wrong in my marriage, all those kind of things. Dealing with financial issues, like all kinds of crazy stuff happened in my latter years in my 30s. But now I'm in my 40s and I'm wiser, stronger, and I'm ready for all God got for me. All God got for me. It's going to be a wonderful time in this milestone age of 40. And so I thank you guys for coming on this ride, on this journey with me. I will have guests up here that will share their journey. And I just want you to always go away from this knowing that there are things that we have to work on. In this case, emotional manipulation. Who's emotionally manipulating you? But you got to also know there's joy and there's peace and there's encouragement and there's the push, the motivation to be better. That's what it's all about. The Journey with James. Okay. God bless you guys. Remember to check out my website, journeywithjames.net, to get the latest from me. I will try to post more as I can. I'm just one person. I'm telling you, I have to get people to work for me because it's a lot of work. But I am committed to the job of encouraging, inspiring, and motivating your heart as you walk this journey that God has given us. We're in this journey together, so why not uplift each other, right? So thank you guys for watching. And yes, happy birthday to me. I'm 40 and happy. 40 and fabulous, whatever you say, all those little sayings that people say. But in all, I just thank God for life, okay? God bless you guys. Take care and join me again on the next edition of the Journey with James podcast.